Good morning. It is Thursday morning, September the 4th. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. I hope that you're all having a good week. The weekend is right around the corner. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy fall. Let me get over here to my tablet and set things up. Penelope is here. We'll put her up above. I'm working on stamping out some owls. And I'm working on putting washi tape. Putting brown paper. No, putting washi tape. Where am I at on this project? Putting washi tape on the flaps of these envelopes. Kind of dresses them up. This is going to become a little writing journal on different topics. So I'm just using up stash. Let me get over here to my stream, and so that I can see folks coming in. Let me switch my account over to here. And go into my stream. I don't see me. There I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There's Arlene. Hi, Arlene. Welcome in. Hi, Jen. Jen Fiddly Bits. Jen, I used 4 sheets of that paper, of your paper, in my zine journal for November. Made zines out of it. It makes a really nice November background. Thank you for that paper. Thanks, Cindy Ring Girl, for passing it along to me. Hi, Sylvia. Good morning, Miss Sylvia. How are you doing? And Arlene is here. Good morning, ladies. Yep, I'm starting going back to my regular schedule at 6 a.m. Central. For you out there on the West Coast, it's what, 4 a.m.? Are you ladies on the West Coast? I think Sylvia is. Jen, I'm not sure where you are. Arlene is east. So she's an hour ahead of me, I think. Jen says she's just sipping the coffee before I head out to the office. Ugh. Yeah. Well, enjoy that coffee. Enjoy that coffee. I also found this Dick Blick Easy Carb. I had this around for a while. I'm not sure, but I think that Ann Lar sent this to me. I can't remember exactly where I got it. But I thought I'd carve a kitty cat in the same style as our owls. See, he'll fit right in there. And I thought that I would carve a kitty cat, a black cat, in the same style. So that's a project I want to work on, but I want to work on these this morning. And just talk. Oh, you're east. Wow, you're in New Hampshire at 7 a.m. there. Okay. Arlene says she loves the early mornings. I don't mind them anymore. We were gone all day yesterday. My brother had his appointment, and I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up some things. And then his birthday was it's tomorrow. My oldest brother's birthday is tomorrow. And I treated him to a steak dinner, which he thoroughly enjoyed, but my tummy couldn't tolerate it. So I paid for it when we got home, and I only eat half of my steak as a general rule, not because of my tummy, but I brought the other half home. I thought, well, I'll try to eat it at home. Well, when I got home here last night, my tummy said, you shouldn't have eaten that steak. And so I just told him that he could have the rest of the steak. It'll be a birthday present for him, as he enjoys and he enjoys it. He's going fishing today. He found a new fishing buddy. I hope that works out. They're going up by Lincoln, which is a little over an hour drive, so I don't like it when they go so far away. Sylvia says, I love a purty kitty. So I'm going to sit here this morning, and I cut this one before I meant to. I'm going to sit here this morning, and we're going to glue. And I think I'll get my book out. Just glue on this book. And I'm gluing on these sides. And we're gonna finish gluing the rest of these. And I'll try to chat a little bit more. Arlene says, I worked nights for most of my adult life. Now I simply cannot sleep at night. This is my late night, and I will sleep after Meri's stream. Yeah, I usually take a nap. If I have mail to do, I take a nap after my stream because I'm tired. But today, while he's gone, I'm going to mess up the house. I'm going to pull all of the boxes and things out of this room. And then I have to, and I've got to unload my bookcase that I'm going to pull out of the back room. I've got to unload all of that. And then I'm going to pull that bookcase out here and take one of these and put back in there. So it's a good time while he's gone to accomplish those things. But I told him they're planning on coming back later today. You know, they aren't staying overnight or anything. And I probably won't be done by the time they get back. But right after my stream, I'll probably sit down and have a cup of coffee because I haven't had any coffee yet this morning. My tummy's been queasy. I bought some Tums, that helps. You get older, you have all those issues. Hi, let's see. Jenny says, morning, Becky. Hi, Becky. Good morning, lady. What are you up to this morning? I started watching your video yesterday about the Threads magazine, but I had so much to do that I didn't get it watched. And when I go up to away from home, because they changed the way they do those earphones. I used to be able to put earphones in my phone, but they removed the earphone jack. This isn't going to work. It's going to stick. So, and I know you can get Bluetooth ones, but I never can get those darn things synced up. I never can get them synced up. Becky said she's crocheting her 10 rows for today on the crochet tee. Wow, a crocheted tee. You don't know how tempted I am, but as I'm cleaning, I'll probably run across some yarn. You don't know how tempted I am to start a crochet project, but we're going to be starting up our tatting pretty soon. I kind of put my crochet down when I started tatting, and I haven't picked it up yet. I have a few projects I should probably just work at finishing when it gets cooler here. And I'm just working on these slow as I go here. So good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies. And then I've been saving my little pieces of washi on this. Making a little washi collage here. But it was nice to get out yesterday. And I'm so glad that my brother found a fishing buddy. He's been wanting to go fishing, and he's having a hard time finding folks who have the same interest in fishing that he does. His son will take him every now and then, but his son is all involved in his granddaughter's activities. She started school back again. She's a freshman now. How they grow up. How they grow up. Sylvia, make sure you care for yourself too. Sylvia says, you're up all night? Oh my goodness, you dislike the mornings. I've been up all night with my son-in-law. He's waiting for hospice to care for him. I'm just here to care for him in the intern. Oh. Sylvia, yeah, I agree with Jen. You make sure you take care of yourself too. Hi, Pam. Good morning, lady. How are you doing? Miss Pam? Let's see. I'm going to cut some corners here. This one's already cut a little. I started, I think, and then I quit. So I'm working slow. I had a hard time sleeping the night before. I was all involved in making that short that you saw. Now, I want you guys to realize on those shorts, that's not a real lady. That's a AI lady. She's kind of my alter ego, I guess. She's a little bit older than I am in real life. And I thought, she lives at the Meri Atelier in the stories. Yeah, I still have a little bit showing in there, but by the time I bind it, it won't matter. That was so fun to do. I worked on another one while my brother was in the office. Another story that I'm going to tell, another Fidiggity story. But it's going to take me a while. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I hope it'll be a fun one. I don't know. We'll see. I am having fun with those. I'm learning the ins and outs of that tool that they have. It's got its quirks. It's got its quirks, but it's fun to use. I bought some washi tape at Hobby Lobby, but I want to use up this on these. They had a packet. They mark it down, those packets from 29 to 14, those square boxes of them. Becky, what does your tea look like? What kinds of yarn are you using on it? Yeah, those short stories. I'm not I'm not a pro at it by any means, but I'm certainly having fun. I'm certainly having fun doing it. And I'm learning some new tools. I want to learn some more. I think I'm ready to graduate to another tool because this one's fun to use. It's really good on the photography, but the video portion, the movements are kind of hard to accomplish. That's where I spend most of my time, is getting good movement in that, get those things to move the way I want. And then they have a habit of putting stuff in there you don't ask for or don't want. Some of it they put in as fun. And you go, oh, I'll use that, but some of it's not so great. Becky said it uses 3-weight, which is a thinner yarn, and I'm using Patton's Grace yarn. I picked up last month at Goodwill. I almost bought a skein of yarn at Walmart yesterday, and then I said, Mary, you have enough. I put it back on the shelf. I was good. I was being good. I needed to get groceries. I was out of groceries, but I forgot my oranges. I want some oranges. I'll have to go back here again pretty soon anyway. My brother has to go back to the doctor next month. So it'll probably be another trip to Hobby Lobby for me. And they've already got Christmas things out there marked at 40%. I think 40% is kind of their instead of doing that every now, I'm going to stack them up there. They might as well just price everything down rather than, I guess they think they're getting folks in at saying everything's 40% off. I came back out in the car. My brother sits out in the car while I'm shopping, and I said, everything in these sacks, I had a couple of sacks. I said, everything in these sacks are 40 or 50% off except for one thing. And I bought some Tombow markers. I walked down the pen aisle, the pen and pencil aisle, where they keep all the inks and pens and everything. And I said, nope. Not unless you have a Tombow marker. I'm walking right through. And I looked up and there was a Tombow marker. So I bought it. I like those Tombow markers. That was the only thing I paid full price for. Shopped all their clearance. And I got really lucky. Usually the packs of envelopes that they have, the blank envelopes, and you can buy them, the envelopes and the cards all in one pack. Well, the larger white ones were a 50-pack, and they were charging $9 for it. And I looked at it and said, no, I can't afford it. I can't. Well, I could afford it, but I just said I didn't want to spend my money on it. And I set it back, and when I set it back, I saw 2 others that were marked down to $1.24. And so I got them. They'd probably been opened, maybe a card or something out of them. So I want to start making Christmas cards. I want to start making Christmas cards. Now, got to mow the lawn. It was so funny when we came home. We didn't get home till about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I stepped out of the car, and I bumped my purse, which had my phone in it, and it turned on my little Google Assist thing, and I didn't realize that. And when I stepped down, the grass needs to be mowed, and that's what I said. I said, oh, we need to mow the lawn. And that phone started talking to me. It said something about finding a lawn service, but it needs my area before it can do that for me. And it surprised me because I'm going, who said that? And it was in my purse, and that Google Assistant was talking to me, and I said, I'm not talking to you. And my brother heard that, and he turned around. He was unlocking the door. It was kind of funny. No. I'm playing with the washi here. Is this I need something to go with this. There, I guess these two will go. Not quite big enough. I need another medium one. There. That'll work. And I turned around and said, I'm not talking to you. And then we unloaded the car. And we were both tired. As soon as he got settled, he went to bed. He's going to be gone all day today, and that's going to tire him out. Guess I'm going to use, what one did I pull? This one? No. This one, I guess. I don't like either one of them. Oh, let's set that one back. Yeah, I'm just working slow this morning. Yarn is so hard to resist. It's a super easy pattern. It's done in single crochet, but I'm doing it as a striped tee instead of a solid one. Cool. Becky said, Arlene said, Becky, is Patton's that soft, sturdy yarn? I think I used some a few years ago. I found it at the Mennonite store. Yarn is so hard to resist. Yeah. Becky said, I'm keeping myself with what I have at home. I'm doing a no spend month, as Scott wants a new laptop. Ah. Well, that's nice. That's good. Saving for a new laptop. I spent too much yesterday at Hobby Lobby, but I'll use everything I got and everything. I was so proud of myself that I only shopped the percent off ones, except for the Tombow markers. I knew I had to. I told my brother I'd take him out to a steak dinner, so I knew I had to pay for that. That's his birthday present. So I probably spent a little more than I should have yesterday, but then we went to Walmart. I spent some money there. I bought a watercolor pad that was 11 by 15, and I hadn't seen that size in those Bee-inspired, those Bee watercolor pads that I like to get at Walmart. I hadn't seen those, so I picked it up because I want to do some urban sketching. I won't get a chance to go today. I've got to stay home, not today, but the lawn needs to be mowed. So that'll happen this weekend. Probably Saturday unless it rains, because tomorrow I'll be streaming in the morning and in the evening, and I don't like to mow the lawn on the days that I stream like that. Tires me out. I'm getting old. No spend months are hard but rewarding, Sylvia says. Becky says, once I get my 10 rows in for the day, I will switch over to Project Dress-A-Girls dresses. Aw. Becky, Arlene says, I try to stay as close to no spend as possible, only buying refills like glue and tape. I have enough supplies that I can craft for years with my stash. Yeah, me too. I do too. And I've been finding so much as I clean here. I've been finding so much that I can use without, I don't need any more, to tell you the truth. And you guys know what I mean if you've been watching my reorg videos. She's got enough. She's got enough. I only found 18 of these envelopes. I thought I had 20. I must have used a couple of them. Yeah, I'm just kind of working slow here. I'm not doing anything fast this morning. I'll probably go in and take a nap after I'm done here. I'm kind of tired. You know, those trips wear me out anymore. Even just going, it's probably about 70 miles away. But by the time you do all that driving and drive around town, Becky's, let's see. She said she started 4 dresses yesterday and she's hoping to finish them up this morning. And then start on another 4 this afternoon. You're really working on those dresses. I do all the dresses that use black thread. Next, I will do all the ones that use only the red thread. Well, that's a good idea. The patent grace is sturdy. It's 100% mercerized cotton. Wow. Well, that'll make a nice tea. Hi, Brenda. Good morning, Miss Brenda. I was thinking about you the other day and your cows. Brenda has all sorts of interesting names for the cows. She calls them, the cows, she calls the boy names, and the bulls, don't you call them a girl name? Is that the way that goes? Brenda says, hi Arlene, we had a lot of lightning, but no rain last night. We got a good bit Tuesday afternoon up until about 10 on yesterday morning. It's cloudy now. Yes, it was so cool yesterday. I told my brother, I told him to wear a jacket this morning. I said, you better take you a jacket. It's going to get cool out there. Of course, they'll get there. They're leaving at 10. So, and it takes an hour to get there, so it'll start warming up by the time they get there. But, yeah, he'll need a jacket just to go back and forth from the car. And I said, you take a jacket with you. It was cool yesterday here. It was pretty cool out. I need to get out there and work in the yard. All in good time. All in due time. That's at a little bit more of an angle than this one. I think I'm going to angle this one a little more. There we go. I like that one. I'm just working slow on these. Let's put some of that washi on here. Wishy-washy. Coming up this weekend is the book sale. I don't need to buy any more used books. Oh, I don't need them. But I'm going to get them. I'll get a couple. I'll limit myself. I won't buy books just for the sakes of buying a book. I'll buy the book if I only buy books I like anyway, but usually I come home with a couple boxes of books. I'm going to cut down and I was thinking about those books I have upstairs. I think I'm going to, not my mother's books, but the books I've accumulated over the years are all upstairs. And I think I'm going to bring a few of them down at a time here and gut them. Because they just sit up there. They just sit up there, and might as well use the covers and use the pages. So that's going to be an upcoming project. I'm just working slow here. I'm just taking my time. Taking my time. I'm ready to go to a different color here. This is that newsprint. I think I'll save that out for envelopes and stuff. We can use this. And I'll put maybe that with it. It's a thin one. Find the start of it, I think, is somewhere there. No. Here. Get these started and it goes easier for me. Where are you at? Right there. Yeah, I didn't have any business buying more washi yesterday. I got some coming from, Lindy had a pajama party sale this last weekend. And I don't know the lady that I bought it from, Kip's Corner. I bought some washi tape from there, a bag of it, and some napkins. I want to cover my those cigar boxes that I have. And I've been using napkins. It's been working really well. And she was selling a bag of them. So I said, that's what I need. Yeah, not quite yet, Mary. I got a little curve in here. Let me tear it. Can't quite see where I'm going. And I'm going to put that. I should put these together so the ones that I match up, so I can reach for a match set. And I bought another package of glue stick because I've been using them pretty. I think the ones I think these Pen Plus Gear ones are just as good as the others, and I can get them at Walmart. I don't like the school glue ones, but these office ones, they look like this. They come in a packet of 3, Pen Plus Gear. They're pretty good. So I'm going to start putting them in little sets. Yeah, I'm just going slow this morning. TVA has caused our utility prices to go so high. It popped on me. I lost it. I lost it, Arlene. I was reading your comment about TVA. Oh, it must have been way up there. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. I just saw you pop in. Jem Fiddly Bits is here. Pam is here. Stitch It Pam. Arlene said somebody gifted her a 50-roll set of washi. It's all so pretty. Oh, how nice was that? And Becky's talking about her t-shirt that she's doing 10 rows a day on with Patton's yarn. She's doing it in strips, I think she said. I don't know if they're vertical, that she's going to do in vertical or horizontal. Probably horizontal. Sylvia's on a no-spin month. Or I don't know if Sylvia is, but she said no spin months are hard. But he's talking about the Dress-A-Girl dresses. I'm trying to find my place here. Brenda said they had lightning but no rain. Jen said, I just consolidated all my loans and revolving debt to a HELOC as part of my new budget cash envelope system. I'm loving it. It even gives me a small guilt-free spending budget. Oh, that's nice. That's good. That sounds like an interesting way to budget. I usually let the companies that take out the money, every month, like my Netflix and insurance and stuff like that comes out of my account every month. And I know of the amount that comes out every month, so I automatically subtract that and subtract my other bills, so I know how much. There's a bug flying around here. I know how much out of my check my bills are going to take. And then I know how much I have left over to cover everything else, like car gas and groceries and, things like that. And having the little YouTube money, I get paid about every 2 months. I don't make enough in a month to get paid every month. So about every 2 months I'll get a YouTube check, and that helps. But I didn't get one this month, or last month, so I'll get one this month. I thought I was going to get one last month, but nope. Which was okay, because you get a little bit more if you could go by 2 months instead of one. Every little bit helps, doesn't it? She was a fence jumper and had a right pain in the rear. I don't know what you're talking about, Becky. Something was a fence jumper. That's funny, Becky. On the farm I grew up, and we once had a cow named Dubenhammer. Dubenhimmer. She was a fence jumper and a right pain in the rear. Oh dear. Jen says, I have a blow budget. Brenda says, Jen, I have a blow budget. If I don't use it at the end of the pay period, I put it into my small savings account. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect, Brenda. Similar to what I've been doing. That's good. It's been a fantastic way to build wealth, no matter how much you make. They're talking about the envelope system for paying bills and everything. Very doable. Arlene says, here it is. This is the message I was looking for. TVA caused our utility prices to go so high that I bottomed out my craft budget to add to the utility budget. Oh, those people. I'll tell you, they give with one hand. I'm talking about the government now. Gives with one hand and then the other one takes it. And the government says, you need a little bit of increase here in your SSI. We'll just give you 2.5%. And then Medicare comes over and, I'll take that. And you're left with nothing. Let's see. Jen says, next Wednesday, Diane. Next Wednesday, Diane, the Messy Palette, and I are working on Industrial Grunge Journals again on her channel, Mary. I hope you come over and join us. You know, I might try my new phone. My phones traditionally do not work with StreamYard. But I would like to try that new phone and see if it causes an issue. I usually have an audio issue. It causes static and buzzing and I don't know what all. Next Wednesday, what time, Jen? I'm probably way behind in chat. Because I do have Wednesday evenings. Next Wednesday, okay. Let me write a note. Let me write a note to myself here. Because I'll forget. Wednesday, I'm going to continue reading chat. I'll come back to the note when I get there. Yeah, that might be fun. I need another journal. Yes, I do. I don't have enough journals in my life. I enjoy making them. And we do different topics, and I use up my stash. Oh my goodness, Jens, your papers are stunning, Sylvia says. That's Debbie at Kip's Corner. She's amazingly talented. Yeah, I think that the gals, I asked for her website. Was it her that I asked? And the gals at the sale said I would really like her art. So I'll have to check it out. Looks like I got a mark there, but it'll get covered up. Debbie at Kip's Corner. Okie dokie. Put these over here. Let's see. What else is going on out there? Brenda says she has her own small herd of cows. I had a Brahman cow named Dave. I kept the heifers out of her. I currently have Henry, Frankie, Johnny, Georgie, Jack, and one that hasn't been named, Earl's the bull. So she names all of her lady cows, Henry, Frankie, Johnny, Georgie, and Jack. I love that. You know, that would make a fun page. I would make a fun art journal page. Sylvia said, I was talking about the papers you did of the rusted building. Must have been talking to Jen. Oh, yeah. I think she was talking to Jen. Rhonda! There's Rhonda out there. She said, good morning. I'm just popping in to say hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Well, Rhonda, if you're still out there, good morning, good morning. Arlene said good morning to her. Rhonda says, good morning back. It's nice to see you. Sylvia says, I will try to watch. I'm only here tonight. I'm only here tonight. I'm thinking the full moon may have some impact there. Brenda says, Arlene, several years ago we were told that TVA was hiking their prices 5%. Our bill went up about 15%. Wow. Tennessee Valley Authority, is that what it is, or association or whatever? Wasn't that started as a low-cost measure for energy in Tennessee? And now they're hiking the bills? I mean, I don't know anything about it because I don't live in that part of the country, but we have the, of course, I don't see how much the bills are for our electricity, but we have the South Central Public Power District, and they do pretty good, I think. I'm on the phone all the time. My brother's caption phone is on the internet all the time. We use quite a bit of energy here, though. Let's see, Becky said, I've been thinking about being monetized isn't worth it anymore. It aggravates my subbies, and it doesn't pay as much anymore with there being so many creators. I know, Becky, things change over the, and now they have this, I don't know if that's what was irritating Becky the other day, but they have this new YouTube ID identification thing. I think as creators, if you have a channel and you're monetized, that as creators you already have on that channel ID identification. I'm not real sure, but I think I remember I started my channel in 2013, so it's been several years. But I think I had to well, of course, give them my phone number, but also you have to have a government ID. And I think I remember doing that way back when. But now they're making everybody on the internet, everybody on YouTube, not on the internet, everybody on YouTube go through content ID identification, and it's a part of what they say is a part of keeping the younger people honest, but I think it's just a big mess myself. But every couple years, YouTube goes through something. Oh, I shouldn't have cut that right away. Every couple years, YouTube goes through something that's irritating. And I don't know if that's what Becky was talking about the other day or not. I don't like the you plus me one for Valentine's. But if it's not COPPA, it was something else. I can't remember. Over the years, it's just like YouTube goes through something every couple years that people don't like. And I think I'm okay on this channel, but what set me back this week was I was doing those dream screens, and I wanted to try it on another channel, and I made all of those that I did for this just most recent video that I put out, the most recent short. I did them on that other channel, and it worked fine until I downloaded it, and they wouldn't let me. They let me download it, but I got nothing out of it. It wouldn't play. The video wouldn't play. It just had zero bytes. It was unplayable. And then I got this message saying I had to go through that content ID identification stuff. And, but the message was only half there. The message was only half there. I couldn't go to the next screen. It was a dead link. And that's a mark there. I don't like it there, but maybe I'll put a piece of tape on the other side of it. So that irritated me a little. And I was trying to, it took me 2 or 3 hours just to research that and find out why my videos weren't playing and irritating stuff. And Becky's right, there are a lot more content creators coming on. And, you know, it's just, but you know what? Keep it, because you don't know what's around the corner. If you're monetized, try to keep it, because you never know what's around the corner. I know at one time I had gotten a survey asking about different kinds of monetization. Like, would it be better if they just paid the content creators a flat rate for so much time, or so much, you know, just like hire you like a contractor type thing. This has got all sorts of marks on it. Maybe when I decorate that all. Oh, what did I do here? I still have another. Did I put it? Oh, I put it on the bottom instead of the top. Well, I'll put another red strip here. I haven't been paying attention to myself here. I'll put another red strip on it. This on the back. And that. There's a little bug. He wants to bite me. Go away, little bug. I think the bugs are trying to find refuge from the cooler weather that we've been having. Put these two together. He's a low flyer bug. But I would say if you're doing content creation and if you're monetized, don't give up, Becky. It may not be worth it in the long run, but you never know what's around the corner. You know, these people, of course, it could be around the corner, maybe not be that great either. But yeah. Now, I did much better when I worked for About.com than I do, and they were all by advertising. They were supported by advertising. And I did a lot better every month. Like, I did pretty good over there as far as money, but I was in the top 60 of this. They had 600 topics. 600, they called them experts back in the day. I didn't feel like an expert, but they called all of their content creators experts. And I started from that with a lead from a lady that was on MSN. Well, MSN folded there. And this was mostly just chat channels. I mean, MSN, AOL, all of those, they're no longer, well, they might be around. I guess I'm going to cut it on this side because I can see where it goes. Am I doing that right? Yeah. I was making pretty good money with them every month. Enough to you know, pretty good money every month. Didn't know what I had. Can't even remember why I dropped it. I dropped it after year 2000. I don't even remember what went on there. I think there's still a site, about.com. I don't know how they got sued by the content creators because they were not doing what they said they'd do. And I think they settled, and I got about $600 out of the settlement, and I think that's about the time I dropped my working for them. And this is going to come off of the edge here. I'm going to trim it. That little bug, he's after my fingers. So I worked for them for a while. I'm just getting started. But it was not, well, about.com was, you could get on the internet, but the AOL and this MSN were more chat type things. In the very beginning, they had the, ooh, I have to turn that fan toward me. Let me read chat. I'm way behind in chat because I'm working as I go. Jen says, next Wednesday. Oh, yeah, that's, okay. Let's see. Brenda's cows. Oh, the rusted building was, that Sylvia was talking about, was something Jen did. Rhonda said she just popped in. They said, good morning. Sylvia says, I will try to watch. I'm only here tonight. Let's see, Brenda talking about TVA. Becky says, I've been thinking of being there. There's where I got down the rabbit trail about the monetization. They're too busy putting in their own pockets now. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing about YouTube, and I was telling my brother this yesterday, I was off on a rabbit trail on I knocked something off. I'll go for it. I don't know what I knocked off. A pin. Let me reach for it. I was off on a rabbit trail talking to my brother. I got a captive audience in the car. He can't get away from my chatter. He listens, and I think I'll put that with the black. Maybe these two. I was telling him all about the AI, about having making those shorts and everything. And he doesn't go on the internet at all. He says, I'm just an old fisherman. I'm an old-fashioned fisherman. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I was thinking about when he used to go with our neighbor guy. Neighbor guy moved away. I thought there's something right with the world when two old veterans go fishing, don't you think? There's something right with the world. Let's see if I can turn this like this. When two old veterans can spend a day fishing. It's really all he thinks about, but to tell the truth, it's his thing. It's what he likes and what he enjoys. He tried to get some worms at Walmart. I didn't realize you could buy worms at Walmart, but he came out and said they didn't have any more worms. He goes back into the department, the hardware, and they got refrigerated stand there where they sell fishing stuff and probably other sort stuff. Where's my beginning here? Can't find it. And I got off on in the car telling him all about AI and things like that, things I'm doing on the internet, on my channel. But I didn't sleep that night, the night before last. I didn't sleep at all, just like Sylvia. I was up all night. Couldn't sleep. And then I hit that deal in YouTube where I had to figure out that content ID stuff, and I still haven't figured it out, but it's another account that I think you should only have to change it once for your account. But here's the thing, I could not download those videos. And I tried and tried and tried to download, or not to figure out, not, I'd only tried once to download them, but tried to figure out what was going on. And then yesterday after I got home, I was going to go over there and delete them off of my YouTube. And by golly, they all downloaded. So I think that something in there figured out that I was trying to download them, or that they weren't working right, and I think it got fixed. Just, it could have been something that YouTube was messing up on them. They downloaded, but they were empty. The files were empty. So it could have been they were those shorts when I do those AI. It could have been a problem, but I didn't have a problem on my other channel. But they said I needed that content ID stuff, and the link was dead. So somebody else must have hit it, and they must have fixed it. I haven't tried it again. But it's nice to be able to do the same thing on 2 different accounts, because I don't always get everything deleted. Sometimes I want to leave some things that I'm working on out there, and it gets a little messy. You can't, they just put it in one big list. You can't, what did I do? I'm just chattering away here. I did this on the wrong. Oh, Mary. I wonder if I can rescue this. No, I think we'll go on here. I taped my flap down. Now that's messy. It's hard to chat and talk and art at the same time. I'm way behind in chat. Money laundering at its finest, yeah. Yeah, I have to say, I think I made, as far as getting paid for what I do on the internet, I think that About.com was probably about the best for paying me. But even then, they got sued for their calculations and somebody found it out, and they did a class action lawsuit, and I joined it because I knew I'd get some money out of it. I got about, I think I said $600. It was around that amount. Was it this one I was using? Yeah. And I was about ready to quit them anyway, because I don't remember what it was. But that was right around year 2000. I think I was at a needlework conference out in Colorado, year 2000, around in there. And I remember being in a hotel room because I was at that conference. And what happened to my stuff here? I got 2 here. Let's see, these 2 go together. That one I'm saving out. All right. was going to put these, no, this one and this one. Anyway, yeah. Well, when you stop to think about YouTube, we come on here for free. All the bandwidth and all they store all of our videos and yeah, I mean, they're rich and they can afford it, but yet where else can you get free storage? You try to buy your own domain site, you might, well, the last, I tried to buy one, and I did buy one several years ago. I let it go because it's expensive. You almost have to be a business or being a very strong salesperson to afford your own business site and everything. You almost have to be in a business. Now, that's just me talking. That's what it used to be. I couldn't afford it. I let it go. It was called AABBCCDD.com, I think, something like that. Because at that time I was big into needlework, and you know, the samplers always had AABB. But I eventually dropped it. I never developed, and I had a blog at that time too, blogging. Blogging is still out there, but not like it used to be. The blogs, what I like about the blogs is when I'm doing research or reading, you know, the sites that I find say go read our blog. And there's some pretty useful information out there on blogs yet. Not so much the personal stuff, but business blogs will, or not just business, but informational research stuff. I don't know what happened to it. I cut it off. Oh, there it is. But if you're monetized, if you worked really hard to get your monetization, try to keep it, you know, you never know what's around the corner. That's my thought. I'm working really slow on these. How many do I have left? 5. We'll get them done. Let me keep chatting here. I have to laugh. My speed must be set up here because my hands are just zipping around. Let's see. Playback speed. It says it's at 1x. But I'm going to... Oh, it's on 1.25. As I move it down to 1, it says it's on 70. Now, we'll see if that slowed it down. Let's see. Angie popped in. I'm way behind in chat. Angie popped in. Jen said, I don't know about StreamYard. I was just thinking you might join the chat. Oh, that works for me, Jen. That works for me pretty good because I could join the chat. I can join the chat easy enough. And did I miss the time? Becky said, oh, we're talking about monetization. Brenda's talking to Becky about the cows. She said, I missed the fence jump. Becky had said that was it your grandmother used to have a cow and it jumped the fences? And Brenda said she hasn't had a fence jumper in years and they're pains. That's the trash. Oh, I'm just not up to zipping along this morning. Here, let's put, come back to that. I'm putting my scraps on here. some bits and pieces. Let's put a red one in there. Let's put it over here. I'm collaging my scraps, my ends here. Scrappy ends. I don't know how well they're going to stay down, but might as well waste not. Waste not, want not. Make a nice little tag background. Then I got this one that I couldn't rescue that part. We'll put it at, well, over here on the edge. Yeah, there's a book sale coming up Saturday and Sunday. I might go to they have that book sale every September, August, late August, September. They have a county, it's not a county fair, it's kind of, they call it Harvest Days. They call it Harvest Days, and they have some farmers who show all their old machinery and stuff. I don't go to that, but they have a craft show and a quilt show. You have to pay to get in, $10. I don't usually go to it. I don't know if they have a flea market, but every year it's at our county seat, and every year they usually have garage sales around town. Like I need a garage sale. It's curling up on me, one of them. This one. I move it that way and then the other one curls up on me. I want to move that. Move it over here. There we go. This one's just a conglomeration of ends there. All right, let's move on, Mary. I'll do it this way so then I tape this down. All right, I'm looking for stuff. This one I'm not going to use. I think I picked these two out. So I'm just going slow here, just not really trying to zip through anything this morning. Just taking my time. Using up all this old washi tape. The good use for it. I don't know how long that glue is going to last. We'll see. Sometimes it does good and sometimes it doesn't. Put those up there. Now I'm going to do another one like this. Let's see. I was reading Tennessee Valley Authority. Oh, Mina popped in. I'm way behind in chat, so if I say good morning to you, you may have moved on. But Mina popped in. Good morning, Miss Mina. Arlene says Tennessee Valley Authority used to be for the management of the flooding and power production. But weren't they supposed to bring the prices down? TVA, I think, I know for the flooding, but you guys still have floods that way, don't you? Let's see. Mina saying good morning to everybody. Rhonda popped in. They're saying good morning to Angie Girl. Angie says one big hello to everybody. You can bet that any changes are for the Google's benefits. We are not their concern. Well, we're probably not, but still, I don't think you can find well, maybe on Facebook or Instagram, but mostly at this point in time, I think YouTube is the best place to upload videos and everything. Just my thought. And I don't have to pay money for them to home my videos. And I have over 3,000 videos out. A lot of them are old when I was first learning, and they're not all quality. But if I did this for money, and if they were paying me like a contractor fee, I would have to have much better equipment, much better lighting. And to me, YouTube is fair in that they give us a space to create. We don't have to be a business to be on YouTube. And of course, it started out being the U in YouTube. I think they've kind of got away from that. But I do not begrudge YouTube taking 30%. You know, I just, because, well, you know, they have all their costs. Just think of the billions of them. Well, I don't know if it's a billion. Think of all the people that do channels. And Becky's right. More and more people are coming on. More and more people are starting their channels. Well, all that information has to be stored someplace. And they have to hire people to maintain it. And if there's something goes wrong with it, somebody's got to fix it. And that all costs money. It's all overhead. And where are they going to get that money? Yeah, from advertising. But we don't have to pay. And if we make any money, they take 30% of it. But yet, I just don't think I could do the same thing anyplace else and make even a monthly income of $100. And I'm not even making a monthly income of $100 here. Like I said, I get paid about every 2 months. So I don't begrudge YouTube because I don't think any other business could do the same thing and do it any cheaper. I do think sometimes Google is kind of a corporate conglomerate that sometimes gets a little too big for their pants, so to speak. But, you know, people usually, if they get too out of line, people usually complain about it and blah, blah, blah. COPPA was a big thing a couple years. Here again, I want to flip this around. Like this. COPPA was a big issue a couple years ago. COPPA, the child protection stuff. And it's kind of settled down. There's still issues about it, but every time they go through something like that, people get all upset about it and blah, blah. I'm gonna The one thing I like about YouTube, and one of the things that has kept me going over the past, I might put another, over the past years, is the art community. I'm here because of you guys. I probably would have quit long ago if I didn't get to know you guys. I'm here because of you. You guys keep me going. And I've always felt that way. I get to know people all over the world. You know, art, my art in itself, really isn't that great, and we all do the same types of things. There's a lot of repetitive content on YouTube, but it's, as far as content, you know, as far as content, YouTube could say, well, we already have somebody making journals, we don't need you. You know, they could take that attitude. But it's the community, and it's getting to know you guys that has kept me around. And there are a lot of communities out there. I was watching a channel, well, I was at the doctor's office yesterday, and it was all Halloween based. And I swear a lot of his, because, you know, I'm getting to the point where I can recognize stories and stuff on, because I'm doing my own with the AI stuff. And he had a lot of Halloween stuff on there, Halloween stories, scary stuff. Or to me, it wasn't all that scary, but, you know. And he had a nice community going there on his videos, chatting away. Some people are really into that, though. I'm not into it so much at Halloween. It's whatever suits your fancy. That's what builds the communities. Find your people. I'm off a little there, but I think it'll be okay. Find your people. That's what keeps me going on YouTube. You guys coming to my streams, and even though I'm not the best streamer either as far as chatting and arting, I could have a lot of ways I could improve there, and I try, but sometimes you just gotta be you. People don't like it when you try to be other people than yourself. Just be yourself. I've known Becky for years, I've known Dee Dee for years, and we're all of our own personalities. I've got 3 left here, and we'll be done. Let me go down. Let's see, Jen. You can bet that any changes... Okay, that's crazy, Jen. There are so many career YouTubers now. It's odd to think that people can make enough to thrive. Well, the really good ones do make enough to thrive, but you know, it's all income that could go away tomorrow. It could all go away tomorrow. I'm not sure that I would put my trust in a career on YouTube, because you don't have control. Of course, you know, putting your trust in any career-based things, you don't have control, but I think it's good for a secondary income. And of course, you know, there's the businesses that they on YouTube just to sell stuff. I need some more smaller ones. I was putting that red with that. I'm gonna dig out a couple more. Yep. And you know, then you have all those channels telling people how to make money on YouTube. How to make money on YouTube. I've got some of these jot ones that need to be used. And let's pull out I think that's not a small one, but I got some of those paper ones that take me forever to get There's a leopard one. I was looking for a smaller one. That one might work. And it's a little red stripe. I've got to use this washi up. No sense in keeping it around for the fun of it. All right. Whoops. Another dollar store washi. You don't find washi at the dollar store as much as you used to. That Reuben tape used to be at the Dollar Tree. I don't need all of this out, but I wanted to pick here. Let's see. I think I'll pick out of this one. Here's some red I can use. I want something to go with this. Is that enough? I think so. We'll put these two together. These are odd shapes. We'll put those two together on one, and this one, and I don't like that. What am I going to put that one with? Throw this away. That one's kind of pretty for tape. Let's see if I want that with this. Oh, we'll put them together. So I've only got 3 left, so I'll put all those others back. So let's do that one. That was the one I got out. I'll probably find the other 2 as I'm working around here. I thought I had 20 of these. I might have used a couple of them. That one, and I'm going to put this red one next to it if I can find the beginning of it. Yeah, I walked right by all the Christmas stuff at Hobby Lobby yesterday. I did buy some Christmas washi because I don't have much of that. I used it on my Christmas cards, I think, last year. So I bought another peg. Of course, it was 40% off. I giggle at that because 40% off of a marked up price really isn't 40% off, but who am I to complain? Didn't get to go to any thrift stores yesterday. I really don't need to because I want to go to that library sale this weekend, and maybe I might pay the $10 to get in and go to the quilt show. I think I'd like to go to the quilt show, and I think they have a craft fair. Of course, I'm not going to buy anything at the craft fair because I don't need anything. I don't need anything at a craft fair. Then I want to go to that junk jaunt. Those junk jaunts, I never make it the whole way. The years that I went, I get about halfway through and I'm ready to come home. I don't need to bring any more junk home. I might find something cool, though. Oh, I should have folded that the other way. If you fold it, yeah, I don't have it. If you fold it this way, you can crease. Oh, yeah, when you crease on this side, you're creasing across that washi tape, and it's easier to crease it on this side. I've only got 2 left after this. I'm just taking my time this morning. Becky's crocheting on 10 rows on her, she's probably done, on her t-shirt, and then she's going to move over to the Dress-A-Girl dresses. Come out a little more. You're giving me a fit here. And I'm going to rest a little after my stream, and then I'm going to tackle these rooms today. As far as getting that shelf out. Once I get that shelf out and get the placement situated, now I can start sorting boxes. And I'm going to sort it into boxes of stuff that I want to keep close by. And of course sort it according to like kinds, and sort it to stuff that can go upstairs and stuff that can be tossed. I don't have much. I don't like to toss too much because I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could toss, but you know, I have it for a reason. Usually when I buy that stuff, something calls to me, and I have it for a reason, so I don't like to toss too much. But there's stuff I can redonate too. This is that Reuben tape. It's kind of a plastic-based tape. It's not very sticky. Used to get it at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. Which I think Dollar Tree is raising all their prices. I mean, past the $1.25 even. They have their $5, but I think they're going into $7, and they're no longer a dollar store. Everything was $1. That didn't last long. Now you can hardly buy a candy bar for $1. Of course, you don't need that candy anyway, but I never get this one straight. Now it's way over here. It's right at this fold isn't straight. Now it's not too bad. Just gotta a little wrinkle in it there. I wanted to get out a wrinkle. All right, let me continue reading. You guys are way ahead of me in chat. Many people have made such a good living at YouTube. You have to keep evolving now. It's a lot tougher to keep a channel going for money, Rhonda says. Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes. You know, but the thing of it is, I think you need to stay positive about it. Because there are going to be plenty of people that get discouraged and leave. I mean, there will be plenty of people that say this isn't worth it, and they'll leave it, and that will leave one more open gap for you. And there's all, I like to listen to that Think Media podcast. He's a pretty positive guy. And there's more and more people coming on to YouTube every year. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, bad for the content creators, competition. There's a lot of competition on YouTube. And especially if you're in a niche like we are, where, you know, not only are there people like us who like just to, or I should say like me, that like to play with your art and do stuff like this just for fun. And then there are the professional artists who will come on and tell you the right way to draw. And it's the same way with AI. I like to play with the AI with the dream screen stuff. But then you get these people who come on and point out everything that's wrong with AI and all of that. So you just got to live and let live, and I have no plans to quit my YouTube channel or to demonetize. I'm not trying to make a lot of money on YouTube, though. When I very first started out, I wasn't trying to make a lot of money. I like the little extra income every now and then. It enables me to buy something I've been wanting. I usually spend it at the online sales at Jacqueline or Debbie Epps, or I usually end up spending the money I get from stuff like that, but that's okay too. I'll bring it home and use it. Or I'm getting a package today. I think I'm getting the Kips package today. I got washi tape and napkins and some buttons, I think. Some just plain little black buttons. She was selling button packets. But I'm not in it for big money. Not me. I'm just grateful to have a place where I can come and talk to you guys. That's what I'm in it for, is the community, the getting to know people. I like YouTube better for that than I do Facebook. Facebook is too bot-driven for me. All right, there we go. Last one. Last one, my friends. All this chitter-chattering I've been doing. I'm going to do it this way. Yay. What this is, a weird design. I think it was supposed to be leopard spots, but whoops. Ow. Ah, my thumb was stuck to it. That's not very sticky tape. Got a little crease there. And I'm going to put this next to it. I think I'll design my kitty cat next. I'm going to carve a kitty cat stamp that looks like that owl in that same design, I think. If I can. There we go. Put all that washi back in my bag. Oh, I need to cut that a little more, I think. My alarm went off at 3:30. I used the alarm on my phone. And I reached over, grabbed my phone and turned it off. Went back to sleep with the phone in my hand. Well, I've gotten smart. I set another one for about an hour later. And I woke up and I was looking for my phone. It was in my hand. It was in my hand. And my brother said, "Are you up at 6? Wake me up." And he came in about 5:30 and said, "I'm up, you can go back to sleep." And I said, "I'm not going back to sleep, I'm going to stream this morning." We'll be going back to his doctor. He's got another set of doctor appointments the 3rd of October. And we'll be going back. But I'm not going to buy him a steak dinner then. That was his birthday present. I like to do something nice for him at least once a year because he lets me live here rent-free. Well, I pay him a little. I pay him a little and then I do stuff around the house. I do the dishes, I do the laundry, keep the sink clean in the kitchen, take care of the yard, do what housework gets done, I usually do it. There we go. So, here we are with these. Got a whole stack of them here, 18 of them. And I'm going to have to put these in separately, I think, because... So my next thing that I'm going to do is decorate the outside and maybe the inside here. And the inside here is slanted. So I may just cut a piece this length. I don't know if I have enough tall paper. I'm not sure how. I don't want to worry about cutting all that stuff off. I could just put a strip down there. It's probably what I'll do, like I did here. Put a strip down this way. I'll have to put something under there so I don't glue it down. Piece of wax paper or something. Looks like it got glued down here. What happened there? Oh, is this that one I accidentally glued? Well, I'll take care of it later. But these are going to be fun. These are going to be fun to decorate. But let's put my washi away. Well, let's finish putting the scraps on and put my washi away. And I've just about covered this whole thing with scraps, so I'm not going to cover that part with scraps. Let's put this one on it in here. They don't stick until you want to reach for one. Then it sticks. Put one in there. Yeah, YouTube did not start out as a money-making thing. They started out being your tube, you know, and then all these businesses got on it because of the communication, and you know, it's a free way for them to find more customers, and you know, it's free for them. I don't know if YouTube has a business partnership thing. I don't know. They probably do in there someplace. But YouTube started out just being a place to come and do your own videos without being edited out by an editor, you know, or a TV production person. And that really is what got people on here, because you can just, nowadays you can just hop on your phone like I am now and do your own video. Let's see, maybe I've just got a few left. Let's put something in there. Maybe that black one, if I can get a hold of it. Now it sticks. Now it sticks. Got a little red piece here sticking on my finger. One more. Where am I gonna put you? Right here. All right. I don't know what I'll do with this, but I pretty well covered it with scraps. And then this, I'll probably cut this part off. I didn't get all into here. I think it folds in there. I guess the fold is up here. All right. So let's do a little cleanup here. Throw all these little scrappies away. It's hard to throw away the scraps. I've got a whole bag of scraps over there. Let's put all my washi back in the bag. Washies. Wishy-washy. That'll do it. All right. What's this? This is a piece of that paper tape. All right. Let me grab the bag. What did I do with it behind me? Put this away. I won't need too much washi. I'm getting some from that sale, and I bought some yesterday, so I think I'm pretty set for washi tape for a while. For a long while. Alrighty then. There's that. Now, I think I said I wanted to design that cat. I'll work on decorating these another time, but here's the papers. This is ledger paper, and I'm not going to write on the outside of those. I'm going to keep my topic list, which is here someplace. I took the other portion of it out for, I had that contest winner written on it. What did I do with the, hold on, my glue book. Here's some more of these. put all this together. Should put it in a kit. Here's the carving. Here's the, all of this goes together. This is the, I have another half sheet of ideas to write on. This all goes together. This I'm gonna put up here. I'll use it for something. And I have another pad like this, but I don't know if this is all ledger. This is one I want to write topics on. But I have another pad that's more of a design, but it's also kind of a neutral color. I don't know. I think I want something else on it. We'll see. So this is all going to go together in its own world. I got these backwards here. Turn these around like this. And I'll work on these again. I'm going to keep them out. But I want to design a cat. Let me put this in a place up above here. I want to design a kitty cat. Maybe I'll do it on here. That looks like the owl. About the length of the owl. About this size. I thought I had another one out here. Do I have a full? No, these are owl heads. Now I don't have one here. I never did. When is Jen on? Wednesday night? At what time? Or not Jen, Messy Palette. Let me go down to the bottom because I think you guys are way ahead of me. Let me refresh my chat. Oh, did I see a green thing there? Somebody came in and said hello? Did we get a... Kathleen! Welcome to Fib Diggity Creators. Hi, Kathleen! Linya? Linga? Kathleen, are you the gal in Omaha? I think I have you mixed up with somebody else. But welcome in. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've been in my own world here. I haven't been following chat. Let me make sure I'm down at the bottom. Hi, Kimberly is here. Welcome back, Kimberly. She says, hi again, everybody. Good morning. Arlene, Nina, Angie, Juju, Teresa, Jen, Brenda, Laura, and Pink Girly has popped in. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning. Kathleen is from the tatting community. I thought so. I think she's in Omaha, isn't she? I think she's in Omaha. She's a talented tatter. Yes, she is. You should see, she designed some beautiful pieces. Thank you, Arlene, for filling me in on that. Let's see. Mina said she'd be right back. Good morning, Teresa. Oh, Kathleen left. She says she's got to be back in a minute. Okay. Juju's here. Teresa's here. Good morning, ladies. Brenda says, occasionally, like a dozen times over 10 years, I watch something on YouTube looking for ways to put pages back into a brand new Bible. Introduced to me to YouTube in 2019. No addicted. There's Pink Girly. Good morning, Lori. She says, thank you, Arlene. Good morning, everybody. Laura Jersey is here. I haven't got to where she came in yet. April is Mama Juju. Jen. Good morning. They're saying good morning to Juju and Jen. Arlene dropped a link to Lori Pink Girly's channel. I got to watch a little bit of her. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before, I think. What was it? Your Tuesday night stream? Was it a Tuesday night stream? I watched a little of it. I know my phone went off and I almost threw it, Juju says. Arlene says, I took a nap after the last stream before Meri. It was a real battle to get back up. Oh, Arlene, thank you for getting back up. And, you know, if you ever need to sleep, don't worry about sleeping through my stream. You'll be back another day. Just don't leave me forever, but, you know, sleep is important, and if your body needs that rest, you better take advantage of it. There's Jersey. She says, Arlene, lucky for me, I have 2 brothers who are handling it. I don't know. Oh, keep Jersey in your prayers because she's got COVID, and her parents are, or were, I don't know where they are now, in ICU. Not COVID related, that I'm understanding, but she's got a plate full on her in her life, so keep Jersey in your prayers. Hi, Vale. Good morning, Miss Vale. It's good to see you. Vale is doing one of the zine projects that we're doing. The project starts in October, but I'm encouraging everybody to get their zines made. We're calling it the BER, B-E-R, project for October, November, December, and we're doing it in the second room, the Fib Diggity Creators, in my membership area. But as the public, you guys will probably see us and hear us talking about it. So if you ever hear us talking about zines, that's what that's all referring to. This is where Juju came in. Jersey's here. Arlene says she's praying for her and her family. Vale says, I totally understand the work in progress. I have several. Yeah. Well, you know, it's okay to have works in progress as long as, you know, you eventually get back to them. And that's one reason why I like Dee Dee so much. She doesn't condemn a journal that's not finished. I'm completely with that, although I do try to eventually finish them. I have a shelf of journals. Get those all sorted out, and maybe I'll go through them. I put all my smaller journals in out in the bookcase by my recliner. So I kind of got them scattered across the house. Let's see. Arlene saying good morning to folks. Arlene says she mods for a guy that has over 1 million subs. He works his tail off for that channel. It's a full-time job. Yeah, with 1 million subbies, I would think it would be a full-time job. That's one reason why I do not begrudge a smaller channel or a smaller membership area. Because I tell my members, I tell them that, you know, I can do things for them that I could not do for 600, 700, 1,000 plus members. You know, I can do little, like send out stickers and stuff like that. I might be able to send out 100 stickers if you each got one, but 1 million or even 5,000, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. Vale says, Mina, I just read back in chat. Oh, you have an owl journal. Oh, Mina's owl journal. I think she got it from Johnny at Junk Journal Shop. It is a wonderful journal. They are beautiful creatures. Can I see your journal somewhere? Mina says it was already started when I bought it, Vale. It's still very much a work in progress. Someday, maybe. Yeah. Just work on it when you can. Arlene says, when you get your channel started, I will link it here for you. I saw your tatting on Instagram. It's lovely. Oh, we're talking about Kathleen now. She's working on a new YouTube channel for tatting and fiber arts. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Kathleen. I'm not sure if she's back yet. She had to go do some things. Oh, I'm glad she's doing that. Yeah. And Arlene says once she gets that up and going, she'll link it in here. The Michaels closest to my house, Mina says, closed without warning. They haven't said if they are remodeling or closed for good. Now I have to go a lot further to get to a Michaels. Yeah, that happened to me We only have a Hobby Lobby around here, and that's 70 miles away. Lincoln is about maybe 110 miles away, but I've only gone up there a couple times since I've been home. My brother had a doctor appointment up there, and we stopped at Michael's, and then in that same shopping center is a sports, one of those, like Bass Pro Shop, but not them. I can't remember the name of it. It's quite a deal. My brother went in there, but we just looked around in there. I went to Michael's, but I didn't see anything that, you know what? I get my best stuff from you guys, from the online auctions that you guys have, and I don't mind buying used stuff. I don't mind that at all. And not everything's used. Like Jacqueline, she dyes papers. She hasn't been in here this morning. She must be doing invoices from last week, although I've already paid mine. Let's see. Vale says, Mina, totally agree. I have to get one of Angie's bowls for sure. Is Angie working on bowls this morning? Angie's been pretty quiet this morning, but Vale, Mary, I got 4 pages done in my Burzine. Wow, way to go, Vale. That's cool. Yes, ma'am. She's got 4 pages done in her Burzine. The Burzines are a membership project, but you guys will probably hear us talking about it. Several of us are doing it. It's really a fun project because it's small, and I'm encouraging them not to spend a lot of time on doing the pages. I'm trying, like I did a membership video yesterday, and I was on for 30 minutes, but I did 2.5 pages, which works out to about 10 minutes a page. I got my page for today done, so, which is good because I'm going to work in the room today. But I'm just encouraging them not to spend a lot of time. And the zines are small pages, small zine pages. So, yeah, we're having fun with that zine project. Way to go, Vale, 4 pages. Angie says, Mary, I wouldn't be selling my bowls anymore, but people have been asking for them, so I'm going to try it again. I'm not out for the money. I'm just glad that people like the bowls and want one. Yeah. Well, you do pretty good with those bowls, Angie. You do really good. Dale says, happy Thursday, everybody. And I'm back to where Kathleen came in, and I can't go up any further. So let's go down to the bottom, get caught up with chat. There's Kathleen. What are we talking about? Lala popped in. Good morning, Lala. How are you doing this morning? Kimberly, oh wow, I like that. Kimberly says, good morning, Lala. Let's see what's going on. Kimberly said, I had blood work done this morning, and I have a new young doctor. She says that you can eat and drink coffee before the blood work. What do y'all think about that? I don't know. Kathleen popped back in. Kathleen, I can't wait to see your channel. You are a beautiful tatter. You and Katia, let me tell you. And Kathleen, I think, said she was just a beginner tatter. She's more than a beginner. She's, yeah. Let's see, Mina says, Kimberly, it depends on what they're checking when they do blood work. Oh, for the coffee and everything. Kimberly said, I know, Arlene. She said she wants you in your normal day. I skipped old school. Old school here. Oh, you skipped your coffee because you're old school. You skipped the coffee. Okay. Well, she probably wants to get the blood work in a day like you would normally spend your day, and so they can test your blood and get a better reading. Mina says, my kidney doctor doesn't care if I eat before. But when I go to my general practitioner, she's checking ATC sugar levels, no food. Wow. Kathleen says, thank you so much. I've only been tatting 3 years, going on 4 now. I'm almost ready to open a new part of my website for fiber arts. I can't wait to see that. Kathleen is a very talented artist. She does a lot of wildlife art. Oh, it's beautiful, you guys. And she lives up in Omaha. You know, I haven't been to Omaha since I moved back down here. 9 years. And I've only been to Lincoln a couple times. That's just too much for me. I'm an old lady. Really we usually do our shopping in Hastings and Grand Island. My brother goes to that's where we were yesterday. My brother goes to the VA, and the veterans gets all his doctor appointments in Grand Island, and I go to, they only have a Hobby Lobby. I go to Hobby Lobby up there. I miss the bookstores, though. But thank goodness, if I really want a book, I can go online. But I go to all the book sales, so I'm having a book sale this weekend. Let's see, what else is going on out there? Welcome, Kathleen. Lala popped in. They're talking about blood work. I think I'm pretty caught up. Well, thank you, Arlene. She dropped a link to my zine post. Thank you, Arlene. Dale is here. Kimberly popped in. Juju. Juju, I think, works, so she might have popped in before work. One big hello to everybody who came in to chat, Angie says. She's busy, so I'm sorry if I'm rude. You're never rude, Angie. All right, I want to design a kitty cat that's about, I think I'll use this pen, about this size. So I'm just going to kind of mark off and mark off the width. Maybe the width in here. And we want to keep it about this size. And I'm just going to draw. And I don't know if I'll carve it today, but when I carve it, I'm going to try to carve it on this easy cut. It's old. Let's see, does that just fits, doesn't it? It just fits. So I've had this around forever. I think this was gifted to me by Ann Lahr way back in the day. I think. I could be wrong there. Let's see if I just eyeball this. All right. So my kitty, let's see. I want it to be seated. And can you guys see? Do I need to? I'm off my red dot here. Let me zoom in just a little. Or I could even use a darker pen. I should probably zoom in a little so you can see it better. How is that? I only got this for the size. So I want a big body so that I want to design it in this design with the leaves and so it'll look like the owl. So I want it to come down like so and have I might have it coming out a little bit more. And I'll get a shape and then I'll recut the shape and let's see. Don't know. I want paws on it, but I don't know if I want that in there or not. Now the kitty's head will come up this way, and they kind of have a head shaped like so. And I'll probably do this so it doesn't look like a cat at all. Let's give it some ears, that might help. But I want it to be kind of chunky because I want to put these leaf designs in there. Now, does it need a tail? I might have to cut this out and redo it. I'm just kind of trying to get this shape. And let's see. And the paws don't need to be that big. And maybe the neck. Okay, now this will make more sense when, let's see, let's give it a little nosy here. And a little mouth. And the kitty's eyes, well, let's do the little slant. There's a bug here. I don't know, I might have to look at some kitty eyes. Right now, this is just sketchy sketch. Just trying to get I'm not sure I'm happy with the shape. But when I get the lines in here, because I want it gives me room to do these lines. And I'll probably redo this a couple times. I'm just trying to get a decent shape here. And you see it has lines, these double lines, which really make it. I'll have to play with those. But the tummy, we're going to have the tummy come down in here. See, that has to come. Yeah. All right, at this point, I'm going to cut it out and draw it a couple times. And then I'll draw several designs across. It's kind of how I do my stamp. And this is the back of a paper pad thing. So I usually just cut them out and do 2 or 3 until I get one that I like. So let me just draw some spaces in here. Or maybe more than 2 or 3. I usually do this in my Society of Idea Collector journal. I'm going to have to get that close to me, but I can glue these in. My pen is going dry on me here. I think it's about ready to say I've had it. It's such a shame to throw these away. It's such a shame. Arlene, I think, uses these things for her dolls. Looks like there's, no, that's just a plastic. Here's a spring. I can use the spring for a bobblehead doll. I'm going to make some more bobblehead dolls. You see, Arlene uses these for hands and legs when she makes her dolls. This, I guess you could probably cut that off. This is not ink. This I don't think that's ink, because it's pretty. Well, there might be ink left in there. I'll use it this way for a while. Just to make my lines here. Yeah, I'm going to toss it. I got plenty of them. I'm going to save this. I'll put this in the... I'll put these in a... Why do I save this stuff? I'm going to put them in my drawer for right now just to get them out of my way. Now, bring this down here. That's a fat cat. I'm just making some spaces here to sketch in. That one I won't use that one. I could use one down here. And what I usually do is cut this out. And I don't know, I might want it to be a little skinnier. But I need it to be kind of fat because these lines will make it look skinnier. I'm thinking. I'll turn it upside down. And since this is going to be a stamp, I can put whiskers on it too. And the little paws in here. Now this is not the final design. This is just me playing. So I'll put it on here, and then I'll use it as a guide. I'm not sure I like the shape of it, but I need a fat cat because the lines will make it skinnier. I'll come back with this. I never did get what time Jen and Di's channel. What time do they come on Wednesday night? Do you guys know? I cut off his tail. I did. But that's okay. I'll draw it back on another one. I just need the shape of the kitty. I cut off the tail with the carving knife. Sylvia loves her Society of Idea Collector. My family calls it Nebraska Nice. Nebraska Nice? Please remember to like, share, sub, and comment. Thank you, Lala, for what you do. At 7 Central, thank you, Juju. Let me write that down, because that'll be next week. I'll go out and check Di's channel. Di and Jen. Wednesday, because I have Wednesday nights free, 7 Central. I'll put that in my writing journal because I see that every day. Thank you, Juju. Arlene dropped a link to Dee Dee's Society of Idea Collector playlist. Let me tell you, that's where you want to go if you want to learn about Society of Idea Collecting. Maybe I'll use this. This is a Sharpie. Oh, maybe I won't, because this is one of those felt tip ones. Let's use these aren't felt tipped. It's a Sharpie, but it's not felt tipped. All right, I'm just going to draw a cat here, and then we're going to play with it. The shape of it. Sometimes we're going to improve it. Oh, and I need a tail on there. Well, I'll get the tail on another one. I meant to move it over. But then I messed this up, so I'll be doing this a couple times. We'll put the tail back on it. And then the paws are down here. I want to work with those. So I think what I want to work with on this one is getting these lines here. So let's see. In this shape, I like this, but I don't really like it on the other side. So let's turn it this way and see if I can't get a matching shape here. sort of make it the same. And I'll be working with the paws a little. I don't do too much in there because I got these lines. So this, the body is pretty symmetrical, not perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And the head is not symmetrical at all, but that's okay, it doesn't need to be. All right, that's a little bit better just for the shape of it, I think. Now this paw is fatter than the other one, so I'm going to bring that down a little like that. All right, then in the tummy area, let's see, I should probably put at least put the nose in so I get an idea of where the head is going to be and the mouth. So the head will probably come down like that, something like this. Just get an idea. But what I really want to work with is these lines. I'm going to go to my Tombow marker now. I think I'm pretty done with this for now. So I want to get some, because what I'll do when I carve, I leave all the black area because that's what picks up the ink. And then I carve those white lines in there. So let's kind of figure out how this is going to come down into the paws. And I think I'll have a paw looking like this. Like that. And that other paw coming like that. And then I kind of want a tummy area. Here he's got the wings, but I'm kind of wanting a tummy like this. But I think I need it to be wider so I can get that leaf design in there. Like that, maybe. All right, I'm going to go back and work on these lines. And I think I'll have those lines kind of come. And I'm just guessing here. I may change it at any time. I'm not sure we want a striped cat. Just have it come down that way. And for now, just go like that. I'm not sure I like that because it makes it look like my cat is striped. But I might cut this one out too. Let's have it come around like that. And the head I'm going to like that, and he's got a little nose. I'm going to leave the eyes blank for now. Yeah, I don't like the stripes on here, so I might make this one a little bigger, kind of fill it in so he doesn't look so much like a striped cat. Let's play with putting in a leafy branch. And I usually do 2 or 3 of these designs before I settle on one. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all, but that's okay. Let's see, in order for him not to look so striped, I'm gonna fill in some of that. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm liking him. Let's bring this around. maybe fill in some spots in there. He could have little white paws. I might have to play with the shape of him here. The stripes in here is what's getting me. And let's bring this down this way. Now for the eyes. Yeah, poor little kitty. And we'll do better eyes, I promise. And now on this head up here, it has a line going like that, or curved up. Let's put anyway. This will not be the final one, I promise. Although I kind of like that. And of course he's going to have whiskers. So that'll help. Let's get his nose in there better. That'll help. And with the whiskers, and he probably should have a little tongue. That's not too bad. Now I need to work on this area a little more. So that's a pretty good start. I'm way behind again on my red dot. Red dot. Doesn't want to go on my red dot. There I am. That's not too bad. But I'm going to cut him out again because he's got a nicer shape than this one. And I'll put these all back in my Society of Idea Collector journal. And this one I'm going to move over to the side. Over. This is actually the side here. And I'm going to move him over so I can get a tail in there. So you just keep playing with it until you get something you like. I'm going to cut off his whiskers because I just want the shape of the kitty. What time is it? It is 8:30. I got a half an hour to play with this. I probably won't get to carving it today. But we have tomorrow. I'll be on at 6 tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central, and again at 7 p.m. And I'm going to be busy today cleaning in here. So my plan for today is to clean in here. And tomorrow morning I want to stamp out owls because I want to have a giveaway. I'm going to give away some packets of owls. And I won't have the kitty ready to go yet. And I'm going to cut the feet out a little here. Give him a body down there. There we go. Actually, if I get this part right, I kind of like the shape of him. All right, I'm gonna sketch him out again. See, there's a big difference between the first one I did here. You just, you know, you get a first one that kind of looks more like a teddy bear than a cat. And then you refine it, and you keep working and refining it until you get something that you like. And my phone keeps getting off my red dot. I don't know why. My notepad. All right, so let's go on. I'm still kind of using this one. This one I have two areas. but he's kind of looking that way. This one is looking this way. So I'm going to put this one over to the side so that I can get, and we should probably try to fit him on here, see how he fits on here. Does he fit? Oh yeah. But see, now that's going to affect my tail. The tail will probably come up and down that way. And when you carve these things, what I did with my owl stamp, I gotta find him here. See, over this way. But I need to, I on my owl stamp, I got clear out to the edge with his head. And that was hard. It's hard to stamp it and get nice ink on it. So on this one, I want the head. The body, I can kind of maybe, to see, however I place it on here is going to affect the design of my tail. I could do him over here, but I want him this same size. So I think I'm okay on the beat here if I'm just the position of that tail. Come on, get in there. So we're going to put him right in here, maybe right in there, and I'm going to trace around him again. What did I do with the cap to this pin? I'm always losing caps. That one's okay. Well, I can use that other cap as a, because they're black and they disappear on me. Well, this is a newer pin. I'm going to, when I put it away, I'll put it, where's that other cap? I'll put it in here. Whoops, maybe I won't. Put it like, no. Well, here, is that it? No. I'm looking for the cap to my pen. I hate when I lose the caps to my pens. I don't see it over here. Here's my owl stamp. See, he's way out, just got a little bit there. And it's hard to get that inked up nice, so I got to be careful when I do this one. Well, phooey. Maybe I'll find it when I clean up. It's probably on the floor someplace. All right, let's proceed, Meri. Maybe right in about in there. Maybe up just a teeny. Yeah. And I'm just going to kind of trace around him. I moved him. And of course, when you trace, you get a little bit bigger design. But when I cut it out, his paws are going to look big down here. Get it a little smaller. Paw. And that could actually come up a little like that. And then this. And there. I kind of like that shape a little better. This might need a little work, but... Alright, so now I want to put the tail in. I think I'll have the tail come like so. And maybe curl up this way. It's going to be kind of a skinny tail. Cat's tail. I don't want to get too close out there. How is that for now? Have it follow the curve of the body here. Then I want it a little fatter too. All right. And the head come down like that. And then the tummy area. I think the tummy area was what I need it to be a little more rounder. So I can put that design in. And then I think what helps the cat not look so striped is when I put black in there. I've got a couple of stripes there, but let's go ahead and put in a nose in here. And the head. And the ears. And now whiskers are gonna get moved up a little. I can only have room for two there, maybe one going down sort of that way, but that's gonna mess up. I don't like that. Whiskers on this side are better. Now when I carve this, in order to get the whiskers and the face, this area in here is going to be an interesting area. So I might have to design that to where the, yeah, I might have to work on the design of that. I put in that mark, this round mark where I was circling it won't be a part of the design. And I want his eyes to be fairly large because, and I'll probably redo the eyes too. I'm just putting them in for right now. And then I have that V coming down like that, which really kind of looks like a fox. Maybe I won't make it so. Kind of looks like a fox area there. I might have to redo the face. That we'll just, yeah, it'll change. All right, I'm gonna color in the black tail here. And I think it'll be solid. I might change my mind there. But since it's such a thin line, there's the tail, and I need some white. Let me put a white line in here. And there. just to separate it from the body of the cat. Now I'm going to come in here with the paws, and we'll make them look a little bit more like a paw. This way and this way. And here again, I think the shading in here helps. Now I could, well, let's start with these lines. I need a thick line in here. I need a thick line there. And again over here. And yeah, I'm not so sure about this area here, but for now we'll just give him little socks. And on the owl, see, I've got these repetitive feather type lines. I don't think a kitty has those. All right, and we can kind of make that. So I have to figure out what I want to do here for these lines. Maybe make them come more roundy. There are striped cats, but I don't know if I want this one so stripy. And this will pick up a lot of that ink. Now I'd kind of like to have them have a bow tie, but I need that tree branch in there. Because I want to do it in that same design. And I'll be redoing this several times till I get one that I like. Where's my other cat? See the difference even between these two? See how he evolves? And I just keep redesigning him until I find one that I like. Well, let's make this one come down this way. Put a leaf in here. And maybe a little leaf up in there. A line. I don't know if I want such a striped cat. I could make that tummy area a little larger. So now the areas I need to work on, as I say, of course, I need to do the eyes. This area right in here, with these whiskers coming out over the cat's tail, I could just have them come out that way, and now I'm marking it up, but, and let's see, let's make the paws a little more defined in here. And yeah, I think I'm about ready to stop on this one. And the tail, the shape of the tail, I'm not sure about. But I'm going to cut him out. What time is it? I have about 15 minutes. And I'll keep designing them until I find one that's oh, this is it. here. Can you see that box? I don't know if you can see the box. And so yeah, I can't cut out those whiskers, so I'm just going to cut a shape. Oh, that ear should be a little bigger. I'm going to whack his ear off. So this is Thursday morning. I think Lori Pink Girly comes on after me. So if you want to catch her, I'm going to make a little slit in here so I can get down into the tail area here and cut out that shape in here. This cat would be hard to fussy cut. The owl is not hard to fussy cut. The cat was going to be hard to fussy cut, so I might have to think about that. And think about this line here, how it relates to the tail, so that when I fussy cut, I can just cut the tail out. I might reposition that tail so that I'm not sure. I've got to get it in a space, though. That keeps bothering me. I have to have it in a space where it still looks like a tail in that space. Let me cut this out. It's not that difficult to fussy cut, but then I have the whiskers to deal with too if I'm fussy cutting. So I might leave this whole area when I fussy cut it, but I don't know. It's something to think about. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, but fussy cutting this area in here is going to be a problem. I'm going to cut the whiskers off for right now. We can always draw whiskers on him. Poor kitty. You shaved my whiskers. So this is Thursday. I know Paint Girly comes on. I lose track of who's on Thursday afternoons. But Thursday night, Beth Schuler comes on at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. Central. And then Juju and Ginger Pat Cam, they usually come on, I don't know on Thursdays, but you always look for them, and they usually do the late night streams now. So if you're up late, of course you on the Central Coast, on the West Coast, Central Coast. On the West Coast, you folks there, it's still kind of early for you. Juju, I think, are you in Missouri? Juju is down south. I think Pam is out on the West Coast, I think. God bless your sister, Arlene. Let's see what's going on in chat. Arlene says, my sister has an all-black Velcro cat. She rescued it when it was so tiny it had to be dropper fed. Now she insists on living on my sister. Nina said, once I passed out because of low blood sugar, and he kept howling and smacking my face. No claws until I woke up and wobbled to the kitchen. Oh, your kitty cat? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, some of those animals, they know what's going on. Those animals, they know what's going on. Let's see, what time is it? It's 8:51. I'm going to turn this paper around and draw here. Well, he's a little too big for this. That must not be the... I'm going to make him his size because I cut this out. This might need to come down this way a little more. I'm just going to draw a line there. Make my erasers pretty long. Let's see. Autocorrect is bullying Arlene. Arlene said at a stoplight, someone threw a McDonald's back out their window, and my sister pulled over to pick it up, the litter. It moved, and they threw out a newborn kitten. Oh, my goodness. In a McDonald bag. Oh. God bless your sister, Nina says. Arlene says she's got to go. Have a blessed day. All right, Arlene, you go get a nap. You've been up all night. Juju is in Mississippi. Thank you, Brenda. I knew she was down south. I just wasn't. I love Juju's accent, her southern accent. I just love to hear her talk. Yeah. Kimberly says, I hope you all have a great day. You too, Miss Kimberly. You take care of that hubby. Good to see Kimberly in here. Let's see what else is going on. My sister has an all-black Velcro cat. Nina says, Mr. Mikey is a tuxedo cat. Well, this is almost a tuxedo cat, only he's not all black. He's got some stripes in him. And I'm not sure about his eyes up here. I might have to figure this out. I'm not sure I really like the points coming down this way. Well, I'll look at some kitty cat faces and see if I can't figure out the face. I'm just kind of playing with him right now. Mina says she's convinced that Mr. Mikey is an angel cat because he woke me up a couple of times when my blood sugar was too low. Mr. Mikey. Kathleen says she's got 2 elderly kittens. Then last year I took a TNR girl. I don't know what a TNR girl is. A rescue girl? I befriended who I called a feral failure. She's my cuddle bag. Cuddle bug. A feral failure. I love it. You're a failure as being a wild cat. Brenda says, after me, I caught him, wrapped him up in, let's see, Brenda says, Mina, my favorite cat at the moment is Otter, a little tuxedo cat who came here about a year ago with duct tape around his neck. Wow. He has a tiny meow and he follows me around. He follows me around after me. I caught him, wrapped him in a towel like a burrito, and removed the tape. He decided I'm the devil. We're not allowed to touch him. She likes him anyway. He decided you were the devil. I'm going to stop here. I get involved in doing this, and I'll pass my time. It's 8:54. Arlene says, stupid autocorrect will not allow me to type rehome. I know, my autocorrect, I'll bet you I type a comment and I have to correct 3 or 4 words in that comment. Just a little sentence. And Sylvia says, my DH is extremely allergic to kitties, so I have a good fur baby. I have a good fur baby in 37 years. I've even lost feral kittens due to the coyotes here in the city. Coyotes in the city? Mina says, let's see, I like him, Sylvia, but the cat I love best is whoever my current feline companion happens to be. It is Mr. Mikey. Kitties, they're talking kitties. Arlene says, snip, snip, snip. I'm snipping the whiskers off that cat. Cat facts, Mina says, the front paws on a kitty have 5 toes, but the rear paws only have 4 toes. Oh, I've only got 3 toes on this. I don't know if I can get 5 toes. The other 2 toes are hidden. Arlene put a link to Dee Dee Society of Idea Collector list in mine. My list is an old list, my playlist. In there, the Society of Idea Collector are all old videos. I need to do some updated Society of Idea Collector. I'm not sure when. Let's see. Sylvia says she loves her Society of Idea Collecting. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I'm at a good stopping point here. What's on the other side here? Maybe we'll put these cats this way. And maybe I'll... that tail is a square tail. Let's round it off a little. A little better. And I'll use the kitties as my thumbnail. So what I did today was I finished gluing my washi tape to those envelopes. They're over there. And I'm working on designing a kitty in the same type style as this owl. He needs some work. His face here is fatter than this one. I think I like the skinnier face. So, and this one is just my starting design. It looks more like a teddy bear than a cat. But they evolve as you get working on them. I'm going to use this as my thumbnail. This part. This part. All right, everybody. I want you to have a really good day. The weekend's right around the corner. Brenda says, Meri, Otto did not enjoy the baby oil and scissors it took to get the duct tape off his neck. That is so sad. I've been trying to win him over with canned cat food and treats. He just doesn't like people. Well, he's probably been abused if he had duct tape on him. But, oh, there's Meri too. Oh, Meri too, welcome in. I have not seen you. I have not seen you for a long time. Welcome in, Meri. It's so good to see you. Oh, I'm so happy you popped in. Brenda says, goodbye, everybody. I need to get up and do some housework. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work in this room today. I need to find a cap. I don't know what I did with my cap. I need to put something on this ink pen so it doesn't dry out. I might just, that yellow one over here. Well, I don't want to really take it off, though. Oh, what I did with the cap to my ink pen. I'll look for it after I sign off. All right, everybody. Have a super duper day. Weekend's right around the corner. Bye.